Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Today I am going to be testing, you've probably seen it on the intro there, Titleist TSi2 and Titleist TSi3. And I really wanted to see what the difference between the two of them was. I've hit Titleist fairways in the past and I've found it really hard, personally, I found it really hard to tell well what the difference in the numbers should be. But traditionally speaking, the TSi2 or the 2 version has always been that slightly higher launching. CG is a little bit lower, a little bit further back in the head. It's always at the very back. And the 3 version, they've changed this one a little bit. The 3 version, the center of gravity, the center of mass has always been a little bit closer to that face, promoting a little bit of a lower spinning head. What they've done with this one though is they've actually put in a sliding weight. So what you do is that'll pop up, and essentially you're just sliding along. So you've got toe, and it's labelled TNH. So you've got toe, heel, toe, neutral, heel. And you would just put it in the applicable place for the player once they've been fitted. If they tend to heel strike, it's something that's really popular in a fairway wood. For what I've done in fittings, if I can put that weight in the heel, because they're just catching it a little bit heely, if I can put a little bit of the mass behind the ball, they're going to get a little bit more ball speed out of that. It's also going to help with any shots that are going to cut out to the right. So I'm going to go and hit them. I'm going to take you through the shots now, and I'm really excited for this. I'm going to go through the shafts and everything in a second, but I'll go through the numbers at the end. But very excited. Titleist TSi. Let's get stuck in. So I'm starting here with the TSi2. This has no adjustable weight and should launch and spin a little bit more than the TSi3. The shaft I have in it is the Hzrdus Smoke RDX by Project X. I have it in a 6.5, which is the X-Flex option. I just have it set on A1, which is completely neutral. Of course, as standard, Titleist have put in their 16 option SureFit hosel, which they've had now since 9.10, which has been super successful for them. So I'm just going to tweak the setting a little bit. I had it set at A1, but for me, I'm a little bit cautious of how flat that sits. I prefer a fairway wood sitting a little bit more upright, just so I can see a little bit more of the toe off the ground, and this does that. Changing that to A2 sets it that little bit upright, just give me a bit more comfort here. My bad shot with a fairway wood would be going right, so something that sits a little bit less flat is an easy win for me. You'll see at the end of the video when I show numbers how that small change has positively affected my dispersion, and actually also positively affected my smash factor and my efficiency with the 3-wood. So as I change the head over now to TSi3, I was hitting TSi2 in A2 in the second session there, and I'm just going to leave it at A2 because it's my most comfortable setting, and I want to give it the best test I can against the best setting in the TSi2. Same shaft, exactly the same shaft, so nothing has changed there. Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm quite familiar with the 3-wood I've got. I've used, between two, I've got a Nike SQ and an M2 Tour. I like having that kind of slightly smaller head, slightly shallower head. This for me is just that little bit deeper in profile, and I found one of two things. I either caught it low on the face and it span up on me a little bit, or I really got into it and the thing just went absolutely miles. I'll show the numbers at the end, like I said, but I found that the variance between the worst and the best was just a bit too big. And at the end of the session here, I thought, well, what's it going to be like on draw? So I just I slid the weight down into the heel because it's really easy. And I just had a whack with one in the heel, and my God, this thing went an absolute mile. So that last one I hit there is not actually on that screen. It's kind of out top left of the screen, which is why the dispersion circle looks a little bit bigger. You can see the instant impact that changing it from A1 to A2 had, just not even from a numbers point of view, but more from a feel point of view. I just felt more comfortable with it. I didn't lose any further than 20 yards right, which I did with the A1. I felt like I had to hit it harder to square it. I just struggled. And subconsciously it does that. Launch angle is virtually identical with them all. Spin is very good with them all. And these really, really impressed. From a fairway wood point of view, really, really impressed. Really good ball speed. Efficiency is good, 1.45 to 1.46. Like I said, the variance between best and worst in the TSi3 just put me off. If I'm hitting a 3-wood, I want it to be consistent, and that's why I want to hit a 3-wood. For me, and maybe even a lot of people, the TSi2 is going to be a very, very good option. But for that guy who wants and almost have a driver replacement, that TSi3 is going to be an absolute weapon off the tee, and may go in a lot of bags this season. But these really impressed. If you're looking at a fairway wood fitting and you don't hit these, you just need to. Well, if I said at the start of the video that I didn't think there was a big difference in previous Titleist fairway woods between the 2 and the 3 version, there's a hell of a difference this year. There is a low spin option. There is a slightly higher launching option, and for me, I think it's the slightly higher launching. I prefer to see a little bit more spin on my fairway wood. If I'm hitting a fairway wood, I want it to be for control, but there's a lot of guys out there who are hitting fairway wood because they might struggle a little bit with the driver and they need to squeeze every bit of distance that they can out of it. And when you catch that TSi3, you've seen it there, it went an absolute mile. Averaged a little bit longer. I mean, if I take that one that was at the bottom of the screen out, if I was to take that completely out of that, I would have hit that 6 yards further in the same loft, in the same setting with the same shaft. Same size hit. They're both 175cc, and it's just where they put the weights. It's a miracle. It's amazing what golf club technology can do just by moving weight into a particular place. And I really like that fairway wood. I don't think it's going to go in my bag, but that's not why we're here. You don't care about what I've got in my bag. I care about what you've got in your bag. So if you're looking at a fairway wood and you don't try TSi2 and TSi3, I'm afraid you've not done a proper fairway wood fitting, because these things are phenomenal. Thanks for joining. Please share, like, subscribe as per normal, and enjoy your golf if we can get out.